Hey everyone, welcome back here. So I'm making this video here. It's a separate standalone video on rinseless washing wheels and tires. This is my new process here. The only thing I'm not going to be showing here is cleaning the tire in the sense of using a dedicated tire cleaner or an APC, an all-purpose cleaner. And the reason for that is I'm not trying to strip the tire dressing that's on the car at the moment, on the wheel, on the tire at the moment. So since I'm going to be using the same tire dressing, what I normally do is with either a bucket wash or with a rinseless wash, I will just use the rinseless wash to clean the surface, and then I'll just retop up with the same tire dressing. Now you're probably asking, well, why are you doing that? Isn't that that doesn't work type of thing? The reason I'm doing that is now I have my base layer of whatever tire dressing I'm using. In this case, I'm using Tire Plus on these tires. That's helping me in a sense that it's protecting the tire, and it's created a repellent surface on there, so that any dirt that's on the is on the surface, when I just rinse it off with a pressure washer or with a soft bristle brush, that comes off, and now I'm just left with the tire dressing that's there. Again, if I'm not stripping it, if I'm using an all-purpose cleaner, I'm taking some of that off. If I'm using a tire cleaner, for sure I'm taking that off, and then I have to retop it up again. So that's just a maintenance tip here. If you're going to be using the same tire dressing, you don't need to clean it. You don't need to clean your tire every single time. I think that's just, you just don't need to do that. Is it unhealthy for the tire? I honestly don't know. But again, this is just the way I do this. So let's get to what I'm using here. Now in this instance, because I just washed the vehicle and I just made a video on a low-key hybrid wash, I'm going to be using this in conjunction with detail code Nemesis, which is the one in the purple. This is just a regular rinseless wash. Substitute in your favorite rinseless wash, whether it's Optimum Hyperfoam or McKee's F914, and substitute in your favorite rinseless wash, non-foaming, Optimum No Rinse, paired with Optimum Hyperfoam, as I mentioned. McKee's N914 paired with F914, good combination for this as well. You can use DIY Detail rinseless wash, as that one foams, and you can just use one product that will do the same type of thing. In this instance, I'm using both of these because I just have them here, and it's just a little easier to showcase. I don't have to make a new solution for this. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up lower. So I'm going to put you guys on the second level here of the cart, so that you guys can actually get a good view of what I'm trying to showcase. I guess it would help if I actually rotated this around so I can see the screen on my side. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of foamy rinseless washes. Now in this instance I am, because, and I'll show you, the foam just clings longer. So let me just go ahead and spray the foam here. Let me pump the pump spray. I think I pumped it up. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just spray it. Okay, so I've put a nice layer of foam on the surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this foaming rinseless wash break things down for me and start encapsulating some of the dirt in here. So again, substitute your favorite foaming rinseless wash in this particular setup here, and you will do just fine. Now, as I mentioned, I'm not coming in with a stiff bristle brush like one of these here, like the Detail Factory one or the Tough Shine tire brush. I'm not coming in with these because if I scrub with either of these, I'm going to degrade the tire dressing to the point where, yes, I'm going to have to reapply it for sure. In this instance, I'm not planning to reapply because Tire Plus is still doing a good job. I just reapplied it last week. So what I'll do is I'll take a softer bristle brush, and I will just go on the surface just to let that do the cleaning for me. Again, I'm not stripping the tire dressing. There's no need to strip the tire dressing in here. So again, I'll just let the foaming pre-soak, in this instance, low-key break down some of the dirt, encapsulate it, because it's got a bit more surfactants in there for me to aid in that cleaning ability. So what I forgot, I don't know if I said this, but I have Nemesis in my bucket. So I ended up putting Nemesis in my pump sprayer, my regular pump sprayer. And this is why I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. And the reason I'm using this is because this does a better job at breaking down the foam. So I'm going to go ahead and just rinse this off. Just going to get the inner barrel here. And so what I've done here, trying to get the residue back there, is I've essentially rinsed the heavy grit that was on the surface that the foaming rinseless wash did for me. So I got rid of the heavy stuff on here. So now I can come in with my regular brushes, for example, my wheel woolly, and just pick up anything that may be in there. Just clean the inner part of the wheel, clean the caliper for me. I've kind of gone back to the wheel woolies rather than using the easy detail brush. And the only reason I've done that is, number one, these wheels don't get that dirty, and this is a softer material compared to the easy detail brush, which will scratch the surface in there. But I just want to kind of point that out. Okay, then what I've done is I've repurposed the DIY Detail Legacy sponge. This is V1 as my wash process. Now you could actually use a wheel mitt, like I could use this if I wanted to, but I find that a sponge for me has been working a lot better lately. And number one, it's a little softer than that, and so I've noticed that I haven't induced any scratching on the black wheels, especially since these are gloss. And I'll just go over it a couple times like that. And then finally, I'm going to take my super soft brush, almost no pressure, just to get into the areas where the sponge couldn't get in there. So get that, the edges here. Again, these are gloss black wheels, so they'll scratch with a stiffer bristle brush. Now here, you could be done and just go into the wipe process here. Like I can actually go back in here and then be done. Or if I wanted to, let me see if this is working. I can incorporate a drying aid, like here's Echo. I can incorporate that, and I can just spray some into the wheel like that. And then I'll just come back and wipe this Rinseless Wash solution up. Just add a little bit more lubrication with it. And I can just take this, because these are wider spoke wheels. Now if you have a blower, you can use that, but because these are wider spokes, I have good enough clearance where I can just take the towel around and pick up anything that's there. And then I'll take this same side of the towel, and then I'll just wipe the tire down, and I'll probably top it again with another layer. I may or may not, it just depends on how it looks. But I've essentially just used this side of the towel, and so now I'll use another side, then I'll use the other side. So I'll just go around the entire wheel and tire setup, and then I'll just come back with a secondary towel. And then what I'll do, this is just ensuring that I don't have any remaining residue left from the drying aid, and just get anything that I may have missed during my wipe off process. And then again, if you can take out your blower, but by all means go for it. I can just take the edge of the towel here, the corner, and just shove it into the lug nut area and pick up anything that's there. On the inner part of the wheel, I don't go back in and revisit it. I'll just let it dry on its own. There's nothing there, so it's whatever drips are coming from the rotor that's essentially it for my wash process for wheels. So let me take you here, and you can see that the wheels are pretty clear here, pretty clean. And that's essentially my new cleaning process when it comes to wheels. So all these foaming rinseless washes that I've purchased, I've just relegated them to just using them for cleaning wheels. So like F914, this instance I just used a Loki and Optimum Hyperfoam. I'm primarily just using them for this purpose alone, where I will just make a foaming pump sprayer mixture, 2 ounces into 32 ounces is usually what the dilution is for those. Using them as my pre-soak, then I'll come back with my regular rinseless wash solution, 256:1 dilution in a regular pump sprayer and in the bucket, my dedicated wheel bucket, and then I'll just go through the same process you saw there. And then you can use a dry net if you wish. I just chose to use one just to show you that you can use it in that aspect. And then again, if I had my tire dressing out here at the moment, then I can just come back and then I just reapply it there again. I'm not stripping this tire dressing because I'm staying with the same one, which is in this instance Tire Plus, and I don't have a desire to clean the tires and reapply a new tire dressing. I just did it not too long ago, so we'll just keep using Tire Plus until I get bored of Tire Plus, and then I'll go give it a deep clean, either with a all-purpose cleaner or with a dedicated tire cleaner, and then I will just go ahead and reapply whatever new tire dressing is that I have at the moment. But pretty straightforward. That's my new rinseless wash style when it comes to wheels and tires. I think it just works out really well on there. And I've gone to these a downgraded sponge, rinseless wash sponge, over a microfiber mitt. Although you can use this, I just find that the sponge induces less marring than a microfiber mitt. So that's my new wash process when it comes to wheels. I will repeat that all the way through. It's pretty fast, as you saw there. But yeah, that's my new wash process. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a real good technique, using the foaming pre-soak, and if I come back with the regular solution to rinse off any heavy grit that may still be on there. So I'm not because I will just do pre-soak it with just the rinseless wash and then go straight in there. It started to get me thinking, if I did that, am I scratching the wheel with that heavy grit that's on there? So that's why I started kind of just go with that, even with the pre-soak. It's like, okay, let me use a foaming pre-soak. I'll let the surfactants kind of do some work for me, because generally a surfactant-based rinseless wash has a bit more cleaning power. I'll let that do its thing and just soak on the surface, start breaking things down, emulsifying some things, and then I'll just, again, rinse it off and take some of the heavy grit down, and then proceed my rinseless wash process, meaning I have less heavy particles to grind into the surface, especially with gloss black wheels, which are a pain to keep scratch free. So that's kind of like my thinking here. Let me know what you guys think. Is it a placebo effect? Maybe, but for me, I'm seeing that it just works a lot better this way. And again, I just wanted to pass along my wheel washing process in a rinseless manner. So thanks, guys. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a process you're willing to try out on your personal car, especially with gloss black wheels? Post your thoughts down below. I'm really interested to hear. And again, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.